what was your relationship to Star Wars growing up? What movies did you see? How much of it was it filtered into your life?
I grew up in Kenya, and we had Star Wars come on TV on public holidays while I was growing up. So for me, Star Wars was time off of school, and I really liked that. But it was a very normal part of my childhood. I didn't really watch it in any particular order. It was just always playing, and I'd always sit and take it in. And it was just very much a comfortable part of like my childhood and the development of my imagination. That's for sure.
Going into this movie, have you gone back and rewatched them with kind of a different perspective, especially knowing how the story goes forward?
For me, I had to definitely go back and watch the originals just to like do the research of what is the Star Wars universe and how am I going to fit into it. And that was surreal and cool. Definitely geeked out over watching it and imagining myself in it. And now I'm actually in it, which is something that is still blowing my mind.
I can imagine. We've heard that your character is like 1,000 years old. She's very old. Does her age give her sort of a different perspective on the scope of the events that play out in this film that have come before?
If I told you that, I'd have to kill myself.
After killing me, I'm
yes.
sure. Yes. Right. Here's another probably killing us question. What can you tell us about the bar she owns? Anything that you can share with us about that place?
Mum's the word.
Mum's the word on that one, too. This is, I believe, the first time you've done motion capture, right? So what was that experience like? How did it challenge you as an actor, and how did it sort of force you or make you modify your craft?
Well, the reason why I took on this role was because I wanted the challenge. I wanted a complete departure from Patsy that I played in 12 Years a Slave. I would love to have a career in which I have to stretch myself and make myself grow with each role that I take on. So this was definitely a step in that direction. And for me, motion capture offered an opportunity to play something that wasn't limited by my physical circumstances, and especially after playing a role that was so much about my body. It was quite a relief to have something that was not about that and about some other creature's body instead. And it was super challenging, super weird, of course, at first, to be covered in dots and not have costume, hair, and makeup to rely on. And it was an exercise of really stretching my imagination, for sure. But I had JJ as a director and Andy Serkis, who is the master at this. And he gave me some really good advice. And his main advice was, go about creating this character as you would any other character.
Who do you have most of your scenes with?
I can't tell you that.
You can't tell us that. Let's talk before we wrap up about, you've made comments about sort of getting a lot of letters from girls around the world, being an inspiration to young girls. There's a lot of changes, I think, going on for women right now in this industry. Can you talk about that and maybe being a part of that change?
I think it's really exciting and fulfilling to see women take more of a foreground in all areas of the creative arts, and I'm happy to be a part of that.
Terrific. Thank you very much.
Thank you.